Game 3 coming up. MTGYou Fight Club Daemon versus Rich in Standard. We're trying to Jalira tokens versus Junkstice League. Thanks for joining us. This is MTGYou Fight Club.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. Game
Yeah.
3. I don't understand why our Game 2 and Game Love doesn't... Game 2... Wow. Game 2 and Game 3 don't give it as much love on YouTube as our Game 1s.
I don't know. I think...
It's probably actually more interesting to watch like a thing for the first time,
Just, like,
but
one
like
game.
not as much interest to watch it. You know,
That makes...
like oh, I get how this works
sense.
now.
Well, it would actually be kind of weird if like Game 3 got more views than Game 1. That means that more people are going to Game 3 first, which would be sort of out of sequence.
Yeah.
And yeah. But speaking of which, you can check us out on YouTube. We put these games up throughout the week. This game will probably come out like on Tuesday-ish. The first games that we had out played earlier today are probably come out on Sunday. Just watch. You can go to our website, mtgu.com.
Also, we're going to be on Twitch, obviously.
Going to be on Twitch. Although I learned something. If you don't post it soon enough, Twitch will delete your files.
What games did that happen?
The ones I just posted today. I don't actually have them on Twitch anymore to be able to post them.
Oh.
So they are on YouTube. The ones that I released today, I went to Twitch to be able to post them, and they're not there anymore.
That's
so.
why Dante was having troubles finding them.
Yeah, so have them go to
they
YouTube.
are no longer there, technically.
Yeah. So I'll try to get to it sooner so that we don't have that problem. Evidently, if you don't take highlights, when you have highlights, then they'll stick around for a while. But if you don't take highlights out of something, they'll just automatically delete them on you for after a while.
Well, yeah, because they got to keep their servers clean. So.
Oh yeah. So. Did I ever tell you guys I met Notch, the designer of?
Really?
Yeah, I have a picture with him.
That's way cool.
Yeah, I've met Notch. Me and my wife went to the first Minecon. I left the kids home.
Oh, wow.
What kind of a geek am I?
You guys know that I met Dr. Jeff Meldrum, one of the big guys in Big Footery?
I was there.
He was there.
I took your picture
Yeah.
with him. Yep.
Yeah, so suck it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think Notch is pretty cool. Pretty cool
Yeah,
guy.
he designed the new red enchantment spell where you can't play lands and you
the
sack lands
mining,
and draw cards.
the
Aggressive mining?
Aggressive mining, and it's kind of blocky.
Yeah, he's even got Minecraft-like style.
It's kind of
artwork a little bit.
Minecraft-ish. It's really funny.
It's kind of.
Okay, I'll go first. And totally go off.
Okay, yeah, I can keep this.
I mean, I can't really argue with this, so we're gonna go for it.
You know, you've said that to every hand, so maybe this. I mean, it's got to tell you something about the deck.
Thinking.
Thinking.
I'll leave it on top.
Do. Michael?
Yep.
Do. Thinking. Do. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, Minecraft God Notch.
Go. I'm not gonna lie.
Shock.
This is like the first time
18.
I've played Fetch.
Call of the
or-
Conclave.
Gosh, man.
Okay, so
Stop doing things.
what is my name?
You shock?
Balak?
Damon, you shock?
Yeah, shock.
Okay.
What is my
Pass.
name? Who are you? Go.
Full core set now. Full core set now up. Oh, the full core set's up?
That's awesome.
Really?
Now.
It's full. It's been spoiled?
3U.
Yup. Go to 17.
Pass.
Draw.
Follow for Star Trek. Locust 4500. You follow for Star Trek references. Live long and prosper. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, it does. Oh, man.
Unreal connections on my Caves of Koilos.
Okay.
Go ahead.
EOT.
So,
Lose
yes,
one
Crazy
life.
alarm?
Yeah, I'll lose one life.
full set has been spoiled. I have my work cut out for me.
That's scurry. That's so scurry, guys. I'm not super excited about the scurriness that is happening on Daemon's side.
Okay.
Scurry. 5.
Yeah. Go to 12? What am I
You
at?
go to 11.
Dang, son. Okay, I'm at 11.
Brewmans?
Okay.
Oh, that's rough.
Pass.
Okay.
Tap I'll lose life and draw a card.
I'm super excited for this set.
Tap, lose another life from Quetzalcoatlus. Go.
You lost another,
Yeah.
but you did 9.
Leave that on top.
That always
that on top.
happens. Always lose the third game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems good. Take tech for 5. It's putting me at 4.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
And this is without going on your combo or your whatever you call it.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, guys. I got this, but I also just have this, so I feel like that's more worth it. So pass turn. Probably could have attacked with my mutable
Oh,
too. if I'd
Valak,
thought
so
about
first time on Twitch. Welcome. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming and checking us out if it's your first time on Twitch. Yeah, we're here every Thursday. We play a game at 5 o'clock Mountain
Colorless,
Time.
Obviously.
7:30 is our podcast stream, and then 9
Hey,
9:30.
Obsidat. So nice of you to join us. Play a planes game.
More
life.
gaming.
Oh shoot.
Gain a life.
No, sorry. I played the Caryatid. I meant to play the Courser.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
I was doing the hand flippy thing and messed up.
So about Daemon becoming the control deck, Delta says.
Go
Yeah.
Becoming a
ahead.
control
Yeah,
deck.
I put in 3 Supreme Verdicts, so that makes me a control deck, right, guys?
Yeah.
As I beat down.
It should be, yeah.
Go.
I mean, I could be cute, but I feel like it makes more Magic sense to just win.
Kid
Yeah.
Kunai just followed. Just started playing MTG again after
Banishing Light?
years of being out of the game. Well, thanks for joining us here. It's a good place to be if you've been out of the game for a while. It's a good place to be.
5U?
regardless.
Do we have a response to the 5U?
Nope. Nope, you got it.
Okay.
Wow. So that's 1 to 2.
Yeah, that was a little slow on that hand.
Well, and that was kind of unusually fast from my hand as well.
Well,
that was crazy.
Well, like,
At least we got to
Yeah.
see the combo go
I
once.
might have should have probably casted the Sylvan Caryatid a little earlier, but I needed to get rid of their Braymas because that's just incremental value. So like that was basically like the point where I lost tempo is by having to deal with your Braymas rather than sticking a Caryatid.
One thing is, I like had an extra Bremaz in the hand, but not the extra white to keep up the Gods Willing to protect him. So, yeah, I kind of drew the aggressive nuts that turn.
PK, this is standard we're playing tonight. That was the third game of 3.
And for you guys who are just joining us, the Jalira deck's super cool. The idea is you just flip into World Spine Worm.
Post M15 standard, that is.
Yeah, post M15.
Yeah,
standard.
we're just playing a couple
So
cards
some
here.
of the cool things that we're playing with today in this deck are Raise the Alarm, Court of Calling, and Jalira, the Master Polymorpher. And then the rest of my deck is all legendary creatures, and she doesn't ping on legendary creatures. So then the only creature that I have in the deck that's non-legendary is World Spine Worm. And then the creatures she can sack are token creatures, legendary creatures, or one of my 2 Mutavaults. So anyways, that's how the deck works. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And I posted the let me post the links again in case you missed it if you wanted to check it out.
Honestly, like I will post a version of this deck. Like I would be stoked if anybody had any kind of suggestions or whatever. The initial build that I did of the tokens version of this was a lot more like a control deck. Like sort of think like Prime Speaker Bant from like about a year ago. That's kind of the shell that I initially used, and basically I just turned into like a much more beefy version at Rich's suggestion, and I like being able to like press like
Basically, like
advantage
ban tokens with a
backdoor
random World Spine
backdoor
Worm,
combo. Yeah.
which almost wrecked me game 1.
Yeah, if Rich wasn't at 50 life, I probably would have won because I put 30 power onto the board. So
Like,
Oh, yeah.
in a turn.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, and I'm playing more with the new lands, the Pain lands, and the Garruk Apex Predator, which the one time I summoned my hand, I had to discard him because he was 7 mana. I was sitting on 3 lands, so.
But you played with Urborg. That's sweet.
No, he's not playing Spirit Bonds because most of his deck is tokens, except for the legendary guys, and
That's like
so it's a
thinks
little
that'll
too like I don't know. It's not as good as a deck that would play normal creatures in addition to whatever else. So
yeah, which actually makes me want to think that maybe I want to go more of like a controlling route because the aggressive plan is like not as good as anybody else's aggressive plan. So like it might just be that I want to have like 1 or 2 random creatures just to like hold off the random onslaught and then like flash in. I don't know. It's a work in progress, but I will maybe post a version of this on our Facebook page. And so if any of you guys want to make comments on it or anything else like that, certainly I would love to crowdsource the deck. And if it has any merit at all, it'd be kind of funny if this dollar rare from the new set was like doing cool broken
busted.
things.
I think it's really good. Like I think it's really really solid. It just has to be played in the right deck.
Right.
yeah.
For sure. For cheer.
So couple of things. Kid Kunai, he's just someone that just started up again after playing. Just shout out to you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for and for everybody that has followed us tonight and is currently on the stream. Let's see what else.
Who is asking if a certain card is
Need more
reprint?
filtered light on what?
You guys are having a hard time seeing through glare?
Yeah, that's partly because we're using dragon shields.
Yeah.
Like-
We will-
Depends. Yeah, there's a lot of.
Like-
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I have
right there is terrible.
I have the lights pointing on the ceiling here. Just
but
to
right
try
there
to,
is like really good
Yeah,
and
and
very
there.
clear. And generally
So-
when cards are flat on the table, they're pretty visible.
Yeah, we're experimenting with the lights all the time, trying to make it as good as possible.
And we may just invest in pro mats. That's probably the next
But
step.
but they're only slightly better. It just really depends.
Yeah.
Definitely, when we find when we double sleeve, it definitely reduces reduces how
The visibility of it all.
visibility.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Deltace, what's a reprint?
They were talking about a 2-mana spell that. Let's see, where was it?
Oh, raise the alarm.
Back
Was-
to nature.
When a 2-mana
Oh.
instant that destroys all enchantments for one
One in a
One
green.
in
yeah.
a green.
Back to nature.
Is that a new card that they just spoiled?
Yeah, it's
No,
an
it's reprinted.
oh, it's a reprinted.
Yeah,
but it
it's
isn't.
from.
But did they just spoil it, or has it been spoiled for a while?
No, like it's in
'Cause
one
they
of
just
the new
released-
spoilers, I believe.
Ugh.
Oh, okay.
I think that was from one of the original Ravnica block. One of the sets there.
By the way, while you guys are here still in the chat, I did also want to let you know that next week we will be doing our super cool review show for all of the rares and mythics. We kind of each one of us take a different perspective, everything from financial to flavor, playability to sort of rules and understanding the card.
It's a fast-paced episode.
And it's fast-paced. We spend like 1 minute on each card, just give like our, well, probably
The
closer to 2
rares
minutes.
and mythics.
Yeah, just the rares and the mythics.
And we just blast through it, and we have a lot of fun. Keep it really upbeat. So feel free to join us next week and check that out, or download it as a podcast when we release that.
And we've never done it live, so this will be interesting. You might want to tune in just to see if it's a train wreck.
It has potential to be just that.
I'm sure that the podcast version will be so much
The
different.
podcast version will sound sweet,
and
but
we don't get to take a break, do we? Can we do it in an intermission?
I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be so rapid fire. Why would we?
I don't know. Like we have.
It's a large set, and we haven't done a
It
large
is.
set
It
before.
is a large set.
yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because we skipped out on Theros.
No, we started our
started in
podcast
September.
right after. I think it was
Theros
like
came
Theros
out.
came in like
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks before we started our podcast, or something like
Yeah.
I
that.
thought it was.
a week.
It's
Yeah,
Thursdays.
I think we.
every
we're like
every
3 episodes in,
Thursday.
and then
That'll be about
Theros
7 o'clock Mountain Time.
Maritime time.
Convoke. Someone wants to explain Convoke.
Yeah.
So-
So, oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Hey,
so
pull
per-
up Court of Calling.
Yeah.
for
if you
for
pull
the
up a
most
picture.
part, you can tap your creatures as though they were mana to cast spells with Convoke.
Let's see where I can
and
see.
the cool thing is
Where's
because
Court of
Court
Calling?
is the one
What-
making you tap for it, it doesn't have to have.
Okay.
It
let me
doesn't get
pull-
affected by summoning sickness.
Right, so you could play a creature and then
So-
tap it for the Convoke ability.
Each creature you tap, basically each creature taps for 1 mana of either a colorless
Or whatever color it
or
is.
one of the colors that it is.
Basically.
So if it's a hybrid, it actually could tap for either one of those.
Yeah, I
Am
believe so.
right?
They don't have a hybrid. Oh yeah.
No,
yeah,
hybrids are
hybrid
colored
creature,
creatures, yeah,
Yeah.
or multicolor creatures.
So basically, like if I have 6 1/1 insects on the battlefield, I can tap all 6 1/1 infect or 1/1 insects to
Are you-
board
are you-
for 3.
Diamond Miner, are you asking who is the best planeswalker in the new set that's just been released? Because if that is the question,
I think I like the Ajani.
you know what's terrible? I actually think I'm the most excited for the reprint Liliana. I think that
Really?
it has.
She has potential.
That's
Plus
not
1
bad.
discard
I think
card is
I think she
great.
has a home that slots right into the
I actually
current mono
probably
black.
should have played her as a one of in this list.
Yeah, she's just super good, and like she just ticks up and can win the game. So, I mean, imagine like if they had dealt with your silly Grey Merchants of Asphodel, and you just did the mass reanimate, and like, I mean, that's game over in the mono black deck. So
Yeah, but like her final ability, that's always been so rough for her to get up since she doesn't have a real ability to protect herself.
right.
Right.
So that's
Although
a
in
bit,
mono black she does have Thoughtseize to protect herself. And
yeah, that's a bit rough. Like
all the kill spells. Yeah.
so, all week I've been pretty excited for Nisa, but the decks that I've been brewing isn't really what she's been wanting to go in.
Here, Oreos for everyone.
Sweet.
So this morning I think I'm on the Jace train. I'm
Really?
there
You know,
now.
I think Jace is the worst, and I love Jace.
I actually think Jace is pretty good. Let me pull him up
You
here.
know,
Just
he's actually not so bad.
Oreos of
I
defeat.
was-
discussing him today, and it's
Yeah.
in a list full of other walkers to help
Let me
protect
see if I
himself and other removal spells. I don't think he's going to be
if
half
you
bad.
if you can get him up to 3, especially okay. So you take the chain. I don't know if you'd use it or not. The chain veil, and tick him up fast. His ultimate is actually pretty serious. It
Until you-
resets the game in your favor.
Until you play
So
against
extreme.
the fun police.
Yeah,
Well.
I'm just saying in the right deck, he could be fairly powerful. And I
Yep.
think Bug coming into this next set,
Bug
it did
Reanimator.
pretty big at the Pro Tour. And from what I'm seeing from this core set, at the very least, it's doing nothing but support that.
Yeah, I want the Johnny to be good,
I disagree.
but I think he's potentially bad.
Chandra.
Chandra's good.
Chandra's
the better
she's still good.
She's the best Chandra we've ever had.
I think
mean,
she's probably gonna
the only Chandra.
She's gonna
really.
need the format to go her way.
She's
like
not the Chandra we
six-
want. She's just the
six
Chandra
mana.
we deserve.
6 mana Chandra wasn't bad though, because you can pitch Chandra's Phoenix with it and get it back and just deal 4 damage a turn.
Yeah.
And she costs 6 mana. Just saying, she's good.
So, Verbal Wanderer asks where y'all from. First,
801.
I want to know, Verbal Wanderer, where you're from, because I'm suspecting y'all from the south.
You know, you say that, but
No,
I know there's
we're-
tons of people.
yeah,
that
I actually say y'all all the time.
in
Do ya?
Utah.
Yeah.
We're from Utah.
Yep.
Utah.
We're Utah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're Utah. We're in we're
Northern Utah,
We're
actually.
We're north. We're north of Salt Lake City.
Yep.
We live on a farm, growing corn, with our horse and our flour.
Karn.
Yep.
Karn.
I get on the horse and go down to the corner for a can of corn and a bag of flour.
You had to jump over a creek to get there?
Yeah.
Both ways.
You know, you guys make jokes. But my parents are from Cache Valley, you jerks.
Okay. My mom was from Idaho.
Nobody understands what that is, but
No, my
that is kind of close to an Idahoan accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
we didn't actually
from
talk
Salt
about
Lake.
Nisa.
Yeah, so here's the thing, actually. I think Nisa's bad.
Lurgan's from Wisconsin.
Really? No,
Wisconsin.
she's
Oh, that's
not
right.
bad.
We did.
I-
She
No,
has-
I think she's straight up
In
bad.
Mo-
mono
needs a deck
green,
for her.
in mono green, she's great.
In mono green, she
Texas
might
South.
put up a lot of derps.
See, Verbal
But
is
in non-mono green. It's
Verbal's
kinda
from
terrible.
Texas South.
Awesome.
Yep.
I had to go. Sorry, I didn't have to. I got to go visit my 90-year-old grandfather-in-law in Dallas about a year and a half ago, in July, in Dallas.
Nice. I haven't
So,
actually been
that's
to
cool.
Texas. I want to head there. I want to see. I want to go to Texas.
Things are bigger there.
Things are. Everything's big in Texas.
Never mind.
So
I can't quote
I
that.
ask about Convoke because I'm looking at the 15 core set and I didn't really understand. Convoke is. I was asking these guys earlier today, and earlier this week, and I said, so, having played Convoke before, guys, what do you think? And they said tell me. I mean, Convoke's a
No.
good mechanic.
So
Convoke is awesome.
Convoke is like a high risk, high reward kind of a mechanic because all the Convoke spells are going to be more expensive than spells are similar. like do similar effects that don't have Convoke. So if you actually have creatures on the battlefield, you can cost it for like theoretically less. Or free. But or potentially free. However, if you lose all those creatures, say to like a board wipe or mass bounce or any of these things, now you have these overcosted spells that are stranded in your hand. And so I kind of like the tension that creates. But yeah, it's a neato mechanic. It definitely allows you to do some really cool things. And the reprint of Quarter Calling is super sweet because it was $40 for a long time, and they're pre-selling right now for $15.
For
Star
the
City.
new one.
For the new one,
The
yeah.
old ones are still $30.
Kid is from my favorite place in California, San Diego.
Oh, nice.
I
San
love
Diego is awesome.
I love San Diego. If I could,
Hug
if
you, San Diego.
I was going to, if I lived anyplace else, I'd love to live in San Diego.
My family, we went to we went to SeaWorld once,
Yeah.
and it was raining the one day on our trip to
Delta,
go to SeaWorld.
South
so we went on all
California.
the water rides when it was like freezing cold raining.
Sweet. Apparently, that's what we're doing in chat right now. Everybody rep where you're from. Quick. Ready, go.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, just this. Yeah.
We actually have a bunch of Canadian friends.
Anybody from Canada in here?
I don't know if they're still hanging out with us right now.
Alright.
But
Canada, Canada.
I'm sorry. I just.
So
say that.
actually, okay. So here's a really funny thing. I was watching. By the way, we have some friends. They're the Casual Commanders. You can check them out at twitch.tv/Casual
South Carolina
Commanders.
Deltas, shout out.
And anyways, so these guys were like, "Oh man, it's getting hot. It's summertime. I just set my heat to 22, and that way I can get cool again." I'm like, "Why do you want icicles in your house?" 22 degrees Celsius, guys. Yeah, I like my knee jerk reaction was like, "That is so cold."
Yeah.
But 37 degrees is like body temperature.
Yeah.
0 is freezing for.
No, I think Deltas. I said Carolina. Yeah, I've not been out to the East Coast.
And
I
I
need
think-
to get there.
I think 100 degrees Celsius is when water boils.
Yes, it is. Hey,
Bubble glitter. Do
Zero
we know
Kelvin
you?
is when all entropy
I'm
stops.
suspecting we do. Locust Forum. It's a place everyone goes to die. Florida. Locust 4500. Might as well be
Everybody goes to die. Florida.
Florida.
That's funny. So I guess
Let's see.
Ohio. Hey, I have
Diamond
family
Miners in Ohio, and that's actually where Pedro, who's not here tonight,
you
he's
just had a kid.
He just had a kid. So
Congratulations.
I don't know why he
Lucky
didn't come out to
guy.
our stream.
My uncle is going to Penn State right now to finish up his doctorate.
My wife was born in
Delaware.
No. It's a city in Ohio.
Delaware.
Yep, Delaware, Ohio. Everyone.
Yes,
Anyways, my
kid,
wife was
that's
born
why.
in Dayton, Ohio. Anyways.
Oh, Ohio.
Yeah.
Boston, Massachusetts.
It's high in the middle and O on both ends.
Yeah. Wow, that's
mind.
awesome. It's high. H-I.
Ohio
in
is
the
high
middle.
in the middle and O
And,
on both ends.
Ooh, on both ends.
I got it.
Boston, Mass. Oh, someone else said, who was it earlier, said they were from Chicago. Eel and they even
Everyone shout out where you're from so we
Chicago.
can
It is
kind of make fun of it.
much
yeah,
fun.
we want
being
to
from Utah.
let the Utah guys make fun of where you're from.
Utah.
Yeah. Now you guys can make fun of where we're from. Yes,
That's
my
cool.
gosh.
Boston, Mass.
Everybody dumps their toxic waste in our deserts anyway.
Yeah, why not?
So why not
Have you
rain
seen
on
our
our
deserts?
parade?
Have you driven through them?
Yeah.
They got to be good for something.
We're the place where they test the nuclear bombs. That's how
Yeah.
terrible.
And that's why
we
I
are.
have. That's why I have 4 arms and. Never mind. Kentucky, Upspring Chicken, Kentucky.
Oh, fun fact about Kentucky and
All right.
chicken. The first KFC is actually from Salt Lake, Utah.
Yeah.
From Salt Lake City, Utah. First
Yeah,
I
KFC.
drive by all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
They have a buffet.
That's
They
the
have a
same.
buffet.
Stupid mountains.
Dude, I love
Oh,
mountains.
Casual Commander
For
just
real.
came on and says Ontario. Ontario.
Yeah.
Reppin'.
Yeah.
Go
And-
fight win.
Now, Elo and
Stupid
Eol
mountains.
and 08, Stupid Mountains. Are you talking about Utah mountains? Because our mountains rock. They,
Literally. Rocky Mountains.
lakes are supposed to have water. You guys know that lakes are supposed to have water in them, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
salt in them. We don't need
Yeah,
water.
just salt.
Well, we can't
and
sink in
brine shrimp.
ours.
Actually, okay, so here's a cool thing. There's
Watch SLC Punk people.
yeah,
So good.
it's on Netflix.
They're
Sometimes.
shooting the car because it won't sink in the Great Salt Lake.
Right.
That's my favorite part. The Russian guy.
So There are people who are fishermen in the ocean, real fishermen for like real crustaceans, and when they go out of season, brine shrimp in Salt Lake, like the Great Salt Lake, are in season to be shrimped.
Right.
Anyways, I have some friends,
They use
and
them
they
for
run
shrimping, for
they,
boat, like,
exactly.
for,
They're like
fishing.
chum or whatever, right?
Yeah, for
so,
chum.
anyways, I have some friends that they run like a food shack out on the Great Salt Lake, and they hook up all these brine shrimp fishers, and that's like one of their sources of income. It's I don't know. I didn't realize people went fishing for brine shrimp.
I know
in the
my
Great Salt Lake.
Yeah.
stepbrother did something with
Yeah.
Boy Scouts.
Where do you
with
think
it.
your salt comes from, people?
It's
Hopefully not from
Africa?
us, man.
Actually, there's a huge refinery out in the It's the yeah.
yeah, okay. They distill
MTGYou,
it.
where we have fascinating geographical base
So,
and also measurement-based discussions.
SLC Punk, for those of you who are now saying how great it is.
Yeah.
thanks
So
for
we do
the
have
shout.
a Magic-related question. Thoughts on Chief Engineer?
He's great.
He's broken in any format outside of
looks
standard.
Awesome.
I want to make a warm. Okay, picture him plus Grand Architect.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
like tapping things and court. It's like
Gives you like
all
eight,
of the
gives
things.
you like 8 pieces of the same
ever.
kind of sort of deal.
Yeah. that seems
Affinity
like a
was
fun
a
deck.
thing, and with him, it's probably going to be a thing again.
Yeah.
Well, outside of the
Not in
average
standard.
modern deck.
So yeah, I guess the one tension there is that blue generally doesn't like blue is by itself is not a creature color. So
They've made it a creature color.
Right.
With the new guys. They're forcing blue to play in the trenches.
But I just I don't know of any artifacts right now in standard anyways that like we really want to cast that are expensive on Convoke.
Soul.
Except
New
Trading
Phyrexia.
Post.
Soul of New Phyrexia.
No, Trading Post is
Trading
even
Post.
horrible.
Soul of New Phyrexia.
No.
Well, the cool
Soul.
thing is
I'm on
it
Soul
makes
train.
all of your artifacts have convoke, not just creatures.
Right. Wait, you could tap your
Mindslaver.
you could totally tap your key runes. You pay 2 mana, turn them into a creature,
I'm gonna
and
punch
tap
you.
them
Just
for mana.
at least you could tap for colored mana. At that point.
Slivers, slivers are here to stay for a little
Yeah,
while.
slivers are-
Yeah, actually, I think it could be a legitimate deck for sure. Have you guys seen like the freaking Banisher Priest / Fiend Hunter Sliver?
Or
Turns
the new one
every
like
sliver-
blood artist esque. Like
Right, whenever you
defending
wanna
player
attack,
loses
yeah.
one. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, it's actually the same as the 2-drop guy in the black aggro deck that when you
Right.
declare attacks.
Yeah.
I forget his name every
Spiteful
week.
Return.
Spiteful Returned. Every week it's the same thing, and every week I forget it.
I'm gonna write it on your forehead.
Probably
Dark Steel
shouldn't.
Forge is in standard. Don't forget.
Yeah, so given that
Yes.
Convoke
For
is so
Pokemon.
awesome.
Yes, Diamond
Like you
Miner.
could
Lots
tap it
of
for
salt
mana.
comes
And
from
we're getting
here.
Ornithopter back, so you can, play Ornithopter.
Our
To get more.
You could cash in
artifacts.
Ornithopter for a card with Trading Post, and then
Sweet.
reanimate it
With what?
with Trading Post. You can
I guess,
sack
yeah.
a creature to get
I've never
an
seen that
artifact
interaction.
back.
I've seen it with Wormcoil, and it's cute as all get out.
Yeah,
Trading
It's
Post.
really just
plus
good with
Wormcoil
Wormcoil.
is amazing.
yeah.
Or Solum even.
I don't know if any of you guys ever played that deck, but back when that deck was a deck, I loved that deck a lot.
With Glissa.
No, I just played the one that was like mono black with mutilates and
Oh, I said
And
Glissa
Wormcoils.
variants because then they just
Right.
would get other value out of Glissa and stuff.
Yep.
And they could
Yeah.
sacrifice their artifact things that gave them land and
How
charge
much is
counters.
the crazy swampland going to be?
Urborg. It's been
Urborg?
printed a few times.
They're
It
like
was
30
originally in
bucks right now?
Planar Chaos.
I think it came down as soon as they got once they announced
Do we-
that it was
I don't
coming
know.
out. I think
Blaze,
it
do
came
you
down.
want to check the Star City price on Urborg?
So I'm kind of curious if like Star City is really the big name and
I think it is. I
it
don't
just
know.
Seems like it's
What's cool with Urborg
really
is your is maybe it makes Squelching Leeches good.
yes. I kind of want to play Squelching Leeches deck now.
Also, did you see?
'Cause it
The,
seems
did I
fun.
send you the picture? It's like
yeah, the
it's
new
double
Dungrove.
double
It's-
Dungrove.
It's not as good as Dungrove.
No, it's not as good as Dungrove.
Nothing will ever be as good as Dungrove.
But it's the double Dungrove.
yeah, like you get tokens. Here's the thing. Add that
It's
plus
12 power for
Skybind
6 mana.
plus Skybind.
M15, it's going for 12. Everything else, it's still close to 30.
Urborg,
that's cool.
what is it?
Hey,
Urborg,
Yawgmoth.
Dude,
Tomb of
new
Yawgmoth.
green guy plus Skybind. You just
Oh, you
made
flicker your
tons
guys.
of freaking tokens
Because
that
he
are
does it
equal to
on
your
end of the
force.
battlefield. Ooh,
I believe it's
guys, we
yeah.
may have a. Oh, you could also rescue from the underworld with him.
That seems terrible.
No, you sacrifice the main guy, and then he comes back with more friends in the Reanimator deck.
And then you're
It's
diluting
junk.
your forest count that
Okay.
he is power toughness equal to.
Okay.
All right.
Can't
so
we just
I
play
think we better.
Sturborg?
Let's go ahead and wrap this up for tonight.
Yep.
Before we do, I just want to see the dance one more time.
Oh. This is the Emrakul dance, by the way.
This is Emerald Cool Dance.
Brought to you by MTGYou.
Hey,
Anyway, everybody.
also, for you guys who are here, please, it helps us so much if you subscribe.
Subscribe. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter. Go to mtgyu.com. That's mtgyou.com. And if we'll be back on Thursday with some games and a big show that we're preparing for. We've already been preparing for it for over a week, and now we have another heavy week of cramming to get this set review out to you guys. So we love you guys. Thanks for coming out.
And yes, on your question with the reclamation, Sage.
All right.
And I'm always doing the Emrakul dance under the table.
Always. Good night.
If you ever wonder why Blaze looks funny, well, now you know.
Good night. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
All right.